What's going on, everybody? Today we got a fake pair of unreleased Gucci sample dunks. Yeah, that's right, fake. I was on eBay searching on beaters when I thought I found some beat Nike SB resins, the release version. After looking through the images, I realized that these might be the unreleased sample version that never came out. There's only a few pairs out there, making these super rare. The seller had these listed at 70 bucks. I just figured they didn't know what they had, so I bought these right away and took the risk. Once I got them in person, I checked out all the little details around the shoe, and I quickly realized these are fakes, they're not samples. On the inside of the shoe, on the sock liner, there is no sample stamp. After pointing out all the red flags, I quickly determined these were fake. But I didn't want to scrap this project, so I went back on eBay and found a pair of Nike SB resins in my size. These are in great condition, but they do need some work. We're gonna restore them and make these into the Gucci samples. Let's get started. First things first, deconstruction. All I need from these fakes is the perfect green and red Nike SB tongue tags. This is the same tag that they use for the unreleased samples. For the resins, we're also gonna remove the tags and swap these tags over here. Let's grab our seam ripper and take them off. Tongue tags are off, we'll come back to those later. For these fakes, we don't need them anymore. Miguel, you still want these, right?
No, bro, chill on me.
Let's focus on the real pair. The next step we gotta do is take out our laces, insoles, and start taking out the stitching on the sole. These shoes are on the older side, so there is a lot of separation going on. So once we take out the stitching, the sole is gonna come right off. This is what was keeping the shoe together. Let's go ahead and peel off these soles. Everything's broken down. Now before we could go in and apply new glue and put everything back together, we gotta remove the old glue. We're gonna be using acetone and cotton balls to remove the glue off the uppers, the soles, and these parts. We're gonna be using some gloves and a mask for safety. Good to go using the acetone. It removed all the glue off the denim and the soles. Now we're gonna be using the Dremel to remove all the glue off the leather panels on all four sides. Prep is complete. We got all the glue off the soles and the uppers. While we have these soles off, we're gonna go in and give it a good deep clean before we attach it back to the uppers. We're gonna go straight to using our brass bristle brush to get all the grime off real quick. We'll be using our solution inside our bowl of water. Deep clean on the soles is complete. These are spotless. We're gonna let these air dry for a little while and focus on the uppers. The next step is to grab our new Nike SB tongue tags and sew them onto the sneakers. First, we'll be using some double-sided tape to lay them on the shoes. After that, we'll head over to the post bed. Sewing is complete, now we're back to the soles. We're gonna be applying glue just to the bottom of the sole, not the sides, and the bottom of these pieces. We're gonna wait about 20 minutes or so, let it cure, and then we'll go in and stick them all together. After that, we'll move on back to the uppers. Glue on both parts is fully cured. Now we're gonna go in and stick them together. We're gonna start off with the back and then work our way to the front. First, we're gonna be applying a little bit of heat with the heat gun. Now for the uppers, when I removed all the old glue using acetone, I removed the original line. So we gotta go back in using a white pencil, redraw the line before I go in and apply the glue. That way I don't get any glue on the uppers where I don't want any. So for this part, I can slightly see where the line was. I'm just gonna go over those areas. The parts that I can't see, I'm gonna grab the sole and line it up as best as possible and go from there. Now onto some more glue. We're gonna be applying glue to the soles and the uppers. Now that we know where our line is, we're not gonna go above that. Glue's been applied, we waited a good hour and a half, now it's time to bond it together. We're gonna start off with the front, work our way to the back, and then do all the sides. Let's heat it up. Re-glue is complete. I'm proud of this one. Alignment's on point. Everything looks good. I did a little stress test this morning. Everything checks out real nice. Now the next step is to reapply the stitching onto the soles. Originally I was going to use the green thread that I saved, but I was able to find some green thread that matches it perfectly. I like to use new thread instead of the old thread just because it gives me more flexibility when I'm reapplying it onto the sole. We'll be using green for the outside obviously and white for the inside. Almost there, you guys. On to the last hole. Soles are fully complete. Now we're on to some details. On the unreleased Gucci samples, these two little back tabs are red. On the released resins, they made them black. So what we're gonna do is do some prep work. We're gonna be using some acetone and cotton balls to wipe off the factory finish. We're gonna tape them off, wipe off the factory finish, and then we'll change them into red. Let's get it done the easy way. Now for the prep work. All prepped, I also went ahead and removed the old tape, re-taped with some fresh stuff just to make sure there's no leaks in the tape job. Now we're gonna lay down a white base coat before we move on to the red. White base coat is laid down, now we're on to the red. I already went ahead and mixed up the red to match the leather red swooshes perfectly. Now let's lay it down. Almost done with this project. Earlier in this video, I gave these soles a good deep clean. I haven't done so yet for the uppers. The uppers aren't really noticeably that dirty, but we have dark denim and dark leather, so you really can't see it, so we're gonna clean it up anyway. We're gonna grab our solution, squirt 2 squirts inside our bowl of water, and just use our soft bristle brush to give it a quick pass over all around the sneakers. Cleaning is done. While we have the shoes all wet, we're gonna take care of the toe boxes. They really aren't that bad, but we're gonna try to take care of this crease that's right on the right shoe. We're gonna be using the iron method. First, we're gonna be stuffing the shoes with some towels. After that, we're gonna be placing a wet towel over the toe boxes, and then simply, we're gonna iron it out very carefully. On to the final detail to make these as close as possible to the Gucci samples. As you can see on the left shoe, all around the edges of this toe box, I started picking at it already with the seam ripper. These white little threads is what I want exposed. I basically want that all around the edges. We're gonna be using some scissors and a seam ripper to complete this look. All right, last step you gotta do is lace them up. All right, everybody, that is gonna bring us to an end on these custom sample Gucci SB Dunks. Over the years, I've owned the Nike SB Resns about 3 times. After doing this custom and restoration, these shoes are here to stay in my collection. These look almost identical to the samples. Now let's take it from the top on what we did. The custom side of things was really easy. The restoration part is what was really time consuming. The overall process was simple and straightforward, but if you want to do it right, it's very time consuming. We went in, removed all the old glue, cleaned it all up, applied new glue, put everything back together. After taking care of the glue, everything else was details. We moved on to the back, painted this back piece red, real simple using the airbrush. We distressed the denim all around the edges. Real simple, but to do it right, it was time consuming. We removed the creasing from the toe boxes, gave the uppers and the soles a good deep clean. Most importantly, the piece that makes this shoe is the Nike SB tongue tags. The tongue tags was the only thing I was able to salvage from the fake Gucci SB Dunks, but honestly, that's all I needed to complete this look. All in all, I'm about $200 deep into this project, but that's not that bad to have some shoes that look like they're worth thousands. Just so you guys know, there's only about 30 real pairs out there of the Gucci SB Dunks, so the chances of me getting a real pair is not very likely, but these will do. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Vick Almighty. I'll catch you guys next Monday. See y'all.